Okay, so we have everything packed up in the camper and the truck, and we're ready to head off to Colorado, say our goodbyes, and we leave around 7:30 here from Central PA. We made an absolutely great time getting out there. It took us only 19 hours. We did it in one straight shot, and my dad drove most of the time. A friend drove probably 6 hours total. It was probably the worst drive of my life, but just the anticipation of going to Colorado was overwhelming. The whole trip was going well until we made it into the mountains. We made it through Denver. The whole trip was going absolutely perfect. Couldn't be any better. And we were coming down the one side of the mountain, and my dad's truck went from getting 12 miles a gallon to about 4, and the right front brake was sticking, and so we had to stop and try to see what was wrong with it, and see if they could fix it at a Ford garage. And they couldn't do anything until Tuesday, so we just headed up into the mountains and into area 231 where we were hunting, and we set up camp. So Colorado, it was really fun, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. We saw a lot of mule deer, and if you're planning to go to Colorado for a hunting trip, I wouldn't go out there again without a mule deer tag in my pocket. I could have killed probably 15 mule deer, and definitely could have killed a nice mule deer buck as well. There's a lot of mule deer out there, and they aren't the smartest animals, but that'd be a really fun hunt to do whenever you're not seeing any elk. And the fishing is really good as well. see an elk for the first 8 days. We were going to be there for about 14, but luckily the fishing was it couldn't be better. The fishing was absolutely amazing. Didn't catch very many small fish, and even the small fish were very healthy and very, very thick. It was a lot of fun to catch all the fish, especially since the hunting wasn't the best. But whenever we did find the elk after about 8 or 9 days, with the help from a friend who was a local out there, he pointed us in the right direction. He helped us find the elk. We were hunting a small piece of public land, and down probably around 7,000 feet, because all the elk went from the high elevation to the low elevation because they were being pressured so hard. And there was so many elk in that area. We went in there. We were gonna go fishing that night, and we went in there. And he called us as he said, "Come down here. There's a bunch of bulls. There's bulls and there's cows, a bunch of them. So come down here. We'll try to put a hunt on before it gets dark." We did, and my dad called on a bull, huge 6x6, probably about 80 yards, and he hung up and got our wind because we weren't even in hunting clothes. We were in t-shirt, jeans, and sneakers, putting on a hunt that night.
I see.
The next morning we go to the same spot, and the elk are everywhere once again. We we pushed some elk over the hill, but they were still on the same property, and they weren't that spooked. And there was a lot more elk in the area as well. So we went up the top of that hill, and it was around midday. The elk were bedded down, and around 2 o'clock we heard a bull bugle, and we looked down, and into a little clearing. You could just see a bunch of elk just working their way from left to right, probably I want to say 200, maybe 300 yards. A bunch of elk. We couldn't see the herd bull. He was down over the hill, and you could just, the sound of his bugle, you could tell he was an old, mature bull. My dad he got a glimpse of him. I never did. I was ready in case a cow came up to us. But my dad was looking through binoculars, and he was calling. He saw the bull. He said it was a big bull, and they never came up to us. There was another group of elk down to our right, and they were calling a little bit, and I think they were just going to them. The bull didn't want to leave his cows either and come to us because he had probably 8 cows.
Pretty nice view.
Yep.
To the left of them is another one down by the middle of the two trees. You see the third buck down to the left,
No.
the small one. Down between the two pines. Below them to the left about, I don't know. He's a small buck.
Those two are
Those
huge.
two are huge. They're like the ones in the garage. That one on the right. I don't even know if my camera can do them justice.
Although we came home empty-handed, it was the most memorable hunting trips I've ever had. It was a lot of fun. I cannot complain about the fishing. I cannot complain about really anything, except that I had to come back to school the first day I got back from Colorado. But it was a lot of fun. 2 weeks we were there. It rained a little bit, but the rain didn't really hurt us at all. And the hunting was good for the last 3 days. Whenever we found the elk, the hunting was absolutely great. All the elk got chased out of the high country from all of the pressure, but they were on the low country and we found them. So thank you guys for watching this video, and go check out my Colorado fly fishing videos on my channel, and I'll put them in the description below.